and good afternoon, everybody. This is an early call, actually. Um, Hello, Jay. How are you?
How you doing, Steve?
Good, good. It's been one of those days here, mate. Like you think you want to hit your head against the wall.
If I have anything right now, at the moment, I've been pretty busy, you know, just working right now at the moment. Right now, I'm working from home right now, so I had the chance, finish all my, my work and got to do this early with you guys. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
so definitely right now we just, uh, top of the morning right now. So actually, we're here in the States. I know you guys right there. I think kind of like in the afternoon right now. So
Yeah, we're in the afternoon, yeah. What
yeah.
have you been up to then?
Oh man, I've been up to, like I said, I recently moved right now as well. I've been working, um, doing, things that I've been doing right now as well. Uh, yeah, man, I've been pretty a little busy right now, but honestly, I'm back on track. I'm excited to be back in this show again. Actually, you invited me back. I know there's a lot to catch up. In things that we could have different conversation in terms of, you know, mental health. Uh, we could also about geopolitical discussions or anything else that we could talk about. We've been, and we also could talk about what happened. There's a lot of
Yeah,
topics going on, man.
what happened last time?
What happened last time?
Yeah.
Oh no, I mean, nothing, I was supposed to actually, have a conversation, but definitely like, we didn't have, I think that last month we didn't have that conversation. But
Okay. So what's the latest? What's going on in America? What's been going
um
on?
right now, like I said, right now everybody's I think now the unemployment benefits ran out. Some people are getting back to work. Um, some people are having trouble looking for work, actually, especially the elderly right now who can't find jobs, especially people who, who've been in the workforce for more than years. And now I guess they're looking into, younger people to work. But, because at the end of the day, they're looking at the younger people because it's cheaper way as well. They're gonna, younger people are they willing to get any type, not any type, but they try and try to get ahead of life, I guess. And and now these companies are paying them a little bit more. They say like, hey, you know what? We'll pay for your college if you work for my company. Like McDonald's is doing it. They're trying to tell people, even Target, I think, I'm not, or Walmart, where they're saying like, hey, work for my company, I'll pay for your college. Like basically, like trying to like lure people in, like especially young people, to come work for them. So that's one thing that's been going on. I don't know if you heard. Actually, is one big debate going on right now as well with Dave. Have you seen the Dave Chappelle show?
No, no.
It's on Netflix. Well, it's a I mean, not a big debate, but it's an uproar or the LGBT community. Um, Things that he talked about. Silencing the transgender community as well. I mean, the transgender community trying to silence him. I guess they don't. They say he was offensive. Um, but at the end of the day, it's comedy. Comedy. Everybody takes a jab. It could be. I mean, we take a jab every time. Hispanics, Black people,
Yeah.
women. Any type of minorities. We get a punch for everything in comedy. And I guess they didn't like the joke that they made, and they trying to silence him. And actually, they did a walk on Netflix, and so there's many things that it's been going on. They just didn't like his stand up. But personally, for me, I loved it. I love the stand up. The comedy that he has is pretty eye open. I mean, not eye open. I've been pretty aware of it actually, but it's been you know he just created a picture of his art, and basically he just puts it in the way that's that people don't actually see. But honestly, I highly recommend that you can watch on Netflix. He has a stand up. I think this is his last one actually that he did, and it's been great, honestly. But yeah, man, it's so far same old right now with this country. Right now they're trying to pass stimulus bills, which I don't know, it's going back and forth. With central. I mean, there's no left in this country, so it's about, I'm going with central parties and right parties going hand in hand, and the senator's saying this one, and the senator's asking that one, and it's never,
Any more business with about Trump or anything?
Trump. No, I mean not really. I mean Trump has been it's been quite actually. There was one time, I mean, it was actually a Trump rally that he had out. I'm not sure what state, and I always been saying this, for a long time ago that this guy is not for your interest. Like, come on. Like, for example, me, I'm not the person to say to get vaccinated or not, but he had a rally, you know, that he actually told his support. The majority of supporters don't believe in vaccination, but he actually told his supporters, like in the rally, said like, "Hey, go get vaccinated," um, and things like that. And then most of the supporters booed him. So they actually booed him, and then now they're looking at him like, "Yo, like, what's up? Like, what are you doing? Like, I thought, he's against the establishment. I guess, you don't want to get vaccinated. We know how about your freedom of choice, things like that. And me, you get vaccinated or not is not my problem. But, I just don't believe in, mandate vaccination, So, but the thing is that a lot of supporters are seeing it like, hey, you know what? Like, I guess this guy's a puppet, So things like that, I just don't get to see. Like, I'm not sure how he could gonna run again, but I feel like his supporters, is still alive and well. I guess it's never gonna change that particular side of America that people they say they want to erase, but honestly, it's a whole bunch. It's really a lot of supporters that he has that still has the mentality of what they believe in. Honestly, like they really believe in something that freedom of choice, freedom of choice. My freedom of speech is getting taken away. Like, but they don't actually. I get to see the black and brown people, freedom of choice and freedom of speech when they get taken away every single day before them. And now when it affects them, now it's a big problem. Like the
How
same thing.
about um Christmas is coming up, not long now. Are they getting ready for Christmas over there?
Well, we it's business as usual, but I don't know if you heard of a shortage coming up. There's a shortage of with things going on right now. I think people, if they want to sell, I think a lot of people can't afford to get any Christmas because there's also another shortage going on.
Yeah,
So if you want to buy any toys or anything, it's gonna be hard to find now because there's a big shortage and also a chip shortage, which of phones or like a PlayStation, whatever that you need to do. Um, People are not able to get them. Honestly, it's good. A lot of people, Christmas is gonna get robbed. Um, Unfortunately, and that's just how it goes. People are gonna celebrate it, but at the same time, we're going back to the basics as being with family, having together. I guess get at that capitalism thought, and spend time with your family instead of giving with materialistic things. I guess at the end of the day, I think that seems like a great idea, honestly. But but I think people think they should just come get together with family and I guess get away from that materialistic capitalism that we've been feeding on for years. But honestly, I mean, it's okay. It's a gift. It's great. People loved it. I love getting gifts. People love getting gifts. But honestly, it just to the point that they shove it down your throat every single day. So just buy this and buy that, put in a credit and this, and I'm like, and people don't afford, can't do it.
mm.
And on top of that, the interest rates on a credit card is incredible. So it's just that they push it down your throat that this is the time where capitalism
Mm.
thrives. So that's just one
And
thing that
how's the new? Well, it's not new now, but How's the new president over there?
The new president, Joe Biden.
Yeah.
The same. It's the same thing. Like I said, Joe Biden, he's gonna make no changes. He's a people. You know what? I don't understand what people honestly. It's just that they call him. He's a communist. This guy's nowhere near a communist. This guy's a center right, right. He's at the center right party. So I mean, like people say, like, oh, Joe Biden is gonna be, we're gonna have, be like China, we're gonna be a communist country and things like that. No, this guy is just still working for the agenda, as Trump did, the same thing what Barack Obama did, the same thing what Bush did. It's a never ending cycle. Honestly, it's never gonna end. I feel like I said it before, there's no left in this country, honestly. Um, but there's just the same agenda. The Republican, the Democratic Party is just only in. They work for the same. It's
So what
keep.
would you do? So as a taxpayer, what would you like to see done?
Oh, of course, me. I would, if I was a politician, and I mean, honestly, they'll probably, I don't know, they probably get like not give me any coverage or anything, but definitely if you was a taxpayer, of course your taxpayer money would like to be benefited from you. For example, healthcare. You guys got it there in the UK. We don't, so we also don't have, I will suggest, matter of fact, slashing the military industrial complex that we have in here. Corporate subsidies as well. We giving them so much money. We also giving money to people who go into space right now. That's
Mm.
really our tax money. So people who are like Jeff Bezos and this other guy, I forgot his name, we're literally giving them money just to go on the fuck. I know, I'm about to say a curse word, but go on a joyride around Earth, and then they're using our money basically. So
Are you talking about William Shatner?
yes, him. So literally, those guys are literally like they're using our money, asking, that is just sick, actually. So I mean, these other guys are just using our money, and they're not using their money. And on top of that, the government, the IRS don't work for. I don't know if you understand the IRS, the Internal Revenue Services. Basically, those guys don't work. They don't capture the big guys. They don't. I don't know if you heard about there's one that I don't know if you actually heard this coverage that is a pretty bombshell, but they're not putting on any news right now. Actually, it's it's almost similar to the Panama Papers, which
Right.
a lot of these billionaires are putting their money offshore in different countries. Like for example, like the one in the Caribbeans.
Oh, yeah, putting it
Um,
in different counts, isn't it? They're putting them.
yes, yes. And what gets me so mad about this is that in American media, they want to talk about, yeah, Egypt, the prime minister of this African country, or anything else. They want to keep coverage. It's like, yeah, look, these guys are not, they're wasting money for themselves, but not for their country. But they don't want to talk about the billionaires in the U.S. They just want to be quiet about that. So that's the thing about the American media. They want to point the fingers at somebody else. Yeah, of course, they're corrupted as hell. But what about our side? The billionaires here in this class also contributed the same thing, which they put money offshores. So, that's one thing that, they don't talk about that. They just want to point the fingers. It's a whole big hypocrisy, actually. So, that's one thing I just don't, I don't even look at the news, but I just saw that one time when I was looking on YouTube, actually. And I was just like, damn, like, so much of hypocrisy, actually. And, so many money offshore. I know you have, I think Tony Blair, actually, he was on the list as well, which he also profit off the war in Iraq, with George Bush.
What
So
was that? The oil? Was that the oil?
yes, the oil rigs,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
definitely with Dick Cheney, Bush,
Oh,
Tony
yeah, but
Blair.
they were all on a fiddle, weren't they?
No, definitely, of course, they was all on it, and
Yeah.
they profit off that as well.
Mm.
Now Afghanistan, how's it going right now? And we made a deal with the Taliban, and we was with war with the Taliban as well.
Mm.
So imagine now, we cut a deal with them. So what does that tell us now? And that's one thing. The Taliban's in Afghanistan. Actually, Afghanistan is just a mess. Honestly, we just came there, took care of resources, and things like that, and we made that country look like crap.
Mm.
And yeah, I mean, honestly, it's pretty astonishing what this country just did.
We actually gave them guns, didn't we? The Taliban? Didn't we give them
Yes,
like rockets?
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
it was brilliant.
definitely. Back in the 90s, actually, I don't know if you heard of the Afghani-Russian War as well, which the Soviet Union actually at that time, they left all their weapons in there as well. And now, fast forward, now the United States did the same thing. So, now the Taliban's own, these top state of the art equipments from the military of the United States.
Mm.
So imagine that, and people be like, "Oh, well, we need the military in there," and but yet they left the whole country, which I'm not saying to go back in there, but they literally left all their ammunition or anything, all these state of the art intelligence, weapons in there, and and the Taliban's are using it now. So it's just that it's just incredible that we really destabilize a whole country, not just in Afghanistan, not just in Iraq, but just like I said, Syria, Libya. You know, we just there's so many damage in the Middle East, and not just the Middle East, Latin America as well. It's just Central America, the Caribbeans, things like that. It's never ending, man. And that's one thing that people don't get to realize. This is why a lot of refugees come in here. At the end of the day, we cause all this mayhem around the world, and then they're seeking refugee to this country, and they just kick them out the door. They don't want them. They
Yeah.
just only want somebody who's like, for example, like a Hugo Chavez regime or a Fidel Castro regime. They'd be like, oh no, we taking them in because of communism. But it's a whole narrative that they pull it out. So definitely it just
Let's talk about the music side of things. I see that um, she's finally got rid of her dad, isn't she? What's her name? Um,
who was that? I'm sorry, what was that?
she finally got rid of her dad. They had to go to court about music.
Who
Um, oh, what's her name?
got rid of her dad?
Yeah, her dad was an agent, and they what was her name called? Britney Spears.
Oh yes, yes, I heard about that. Yeah, it's honestly, that's just something crazy, especially your dad who was really greedy, taking over your life. Honestly, I think that sucks actually, especially your own dad. Like, I got kids, I don't picture myself doing that to my kids. Honestly, just
Oh no,
it just
oh
honestly
yeah,
that no, of course it's horrible. I mean, who would actually able to do that to you? It's your own kids. Like, can't do anything, making you look crazy. I actually just check up on the documentary on Netflix, but I didn't get to see the whole thing. But I heard about things like that. But it just, I mean, I'm surprised she hasn't committed suicide because a lot of these musicians commit suicide because of the pressure that they have, and also introducing them to drugs as well or anything like that. So I think once you mix in with the drugs or anything with the anxiety, the depression, mix it all together actually, and a lot of artists can kill themselves. And
yeah.
it's not the first time this happens; happened many times as well. So if you think about it, people look at the artist and actor as something who they glamorize, like, oh, I want everything of this, but you never know what's going on to their mind, what type of deals they're going through. It's just something that's we don't it's something that's crazy. And on top of that, you're like in the fame, you cannot go out anywhere because they're gonna catch you outside and be like, oh, I take pictures and this and that. So it's like a gift and a curse at the end of the day. But me personally, to be an artist or anything, I wouldn't I wouldn't want the fame. I would just like, stay low key. Sometimes a lot of these artists like, I'm out of here, I don't want to be in this no more. So it's
Mm.
just something that's is difficult to capture that. So it's definitely no.
Jay, thank you very much for joining me. Love having you on. Love talking to you because you always come out and give me all the kind of like information. And I will see you next time. And thank you so much for joining me.
No problem. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate you so much as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Take
Thank
care.
you for your time. Thank you.
Okay. Bye bye.